When I learned that my CEO brother was acting like a total simp for the heroin, I hugged my little blanket and slept at the villain's door. As he was about to send me back, he noticed the bruise on my wrist. Did Julian Sterling abuse you? I nodded sleepily. After my brother was dumped by the heroin yet again, he finally remembered he had a little ancestor at home. By then, the villain was already attending my kindergarten parent-teacher meetings for me. My brother's vision went dark. I only left for a month. I didn't die. Why won't you acknowledge me? The villain coaxed me with a lollipop. Be good, how about changing to a different brother? When I was 3 years old, I accidentally had a dream. I learned that my brother was just one of the heroin simps. He would infinitely lower his bottom line for the heroin, acting crazy for her, mad for her, banging his head against the wall for her. In the end, he willingly offered his family fortune as the heroine's wedding gift, and he took me to live in a 30 square meter cheap apartment, listening to the couple next door arguing 3 times a day. To change this ending, I used my limited IQ to try a series of efforts, including but not limited to crying loudly when the heroine called him late at night saying she was scared alone, trying to keep him. When the heroine had period cramps, I deliberately spit up milk to make him change my clothes. When the heroine had her graduation performance, I learned to sing Only Brother Is Good in the World to move him, but I forgot. My family has a nanny, but the heroine is an orphan. My brother threw me to the nanny to coax me. Seeing more and more water entering his brain, I solemnly decided to find myself a new brother. So I picked a little brother in the villa area next door. He is the villain, and also my brother's nemesis, who would trip up the heroine simps. Sinister and cunning, looking exactly like a dog training master, and he does have a border collie. Once my brother bought fruit for the heroine and forgot me at the fruit shop. He happened to be there too. I took an apple from the shelf next to me and handed it to his border collie. In return, he had his dog carry me home. I wanted him to punish my brother. Yesterday was my 3rd birthday. The nanny specially put a princess dress on me to wait for my brother to come back. But he went to the movies with the heroine. The nanny coaxed me, saying when Harper Lane becomes my sister-in-law, there will be 2 people loving me. But I know, she won't be my sister-in-law. The heroine is destined for the male lead. So, I decided to run away from home, put some pressure on my simp brother. After nightfall, I successfully dodged the nanny who was chatting on the phone in the toilet and crawled out through the dog hole in the wall. I hugged my little blanket and walked barefoot to the villa area next door. 20 minutes later, I stood at the door of Damien Dark's house. This villa was even bigger than mine, but the lights were dim, looking cold. I took a deep breath, spread the little blanket on the steps in front of the door, and curled up to lie down. Just as I was about to fall asleep, I suddenly heard barking and footsteps from inside the door. The door opened, and a slipper almost stepped on my face. What the hell? Damien's voice stopped abruptly. I rubbed my eyes and sat up, meeting a pair of surprised eyes. Under the moonlight, his tall figure loomed over me, wearing a bathrobe, the collar slightly open, revealing exquisite collarbones. Why are you here? Damien frowned and asked. Before I could answer, a black and white shadow darted out from his leg and pounced on me enthusiastically. Dumpling's wet nose sniffed all over my face, tail wagging so hard it was about to fly. Dumpling, Damien scolded. This isn't a kitten, you can't keep it. Dumpling whimpered aggrievedly but stubbornly put its front paws on my shoulders and started washing my face with its tongue. I giggled, taking the opportunity to scramble up and hug Damien's calf directly. Brother, hug. He stiffened all over, like the pause button was pressed. Dumpling seized the opportunity, grabbed my back collar, and dragged me into the house. Hey, stupid dog, stop. Damien wanted to stop it, but Dumpling had already successfully dragged me into the entryway. I took the chance to let go of my collar and climbed onto Damien using both hands and feet. Get down, he said coldly. I shook my head and buried my face in his neck. One is cold. Damien's body stiffened further, but he didn't